Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today, as you probably guessed from the wall behind me, we're checking out a brand new Air Max 1, at least for the room. The shoe actually released in July of this year, but not here in South Africa. It's none other than the Club Gold and Black Air Max 1 Inside Out. Let's check them out. Alright, so this was just one of those shoes that I saw online. I knew I had to get them. I was hoping for a local release on Nike.com South Africa, but that never came, and really sad. For me, this shoe is just one of those that you have to have. It really looks good on foot. It's got a cool little story behind it as well, and was very affordable at the same time, so no brainer for me. So let's get into it. The original story and inspiration behind the Air Max 1 with Pinker Hatfield's original design was based on the controversial architectural design of the Pompidou Gallery in Paris. And although that might have been a more direct inspiration to the exposed air bubble in the midsole, this particular pair takes that whole theory of the insides being on the outside quite literally. Now, before I get into those details on the upper, just starting with the outsole of the shoe, the standard Air Max 1 outsole over here is done in a split tone, which is almost a light tan harvest gold color, mixed with some white there as well. And flipping up into the midsole, this is kept completely tonal white with the use of a red air bubble. Alright, so now in the upper, this is where things are really interesting with this particular pair. They've basically taken all those inner panels from what you would normally have on the inside of the shoe and just affixed them to the outside of the shoe. So it's created quite a different look for the Air Max 1, although it's pretty much the same as far as the silhouette goes itself. But starting here in the toe box and mudguard section, this is a gold color suede which pretty much wraps around the entire lateral side of the shoe and then gets closed off in the medial side of the shoe with these other panels over here, which we'll get to in a second. But back to the toe box, the overlay panel here is almost a light gray color, and this is obviously exposed here, so you can pretty much just lift that up as well, and then just with the stitching around that, securing that into the base layer below. Then moving up into the lacing section, they've used what almost looks like a ballistic mesh here. So this stitching over here is done in a way that if you were to flip your t-shirt around, it's the back part of the stitching and not the other way around. And then moving further up into that mid panel, it's that same mesh, and the Nike swoosh here is done in a black, and that has been painted into that mesh itself. The laces provided with the shoe are a flat red pair, and if you move further up into the tongue section of the shoe, you'll notice the size label for what is usually on the inside of the shoe is now on the tongue, and all the information printed there is absolutely unique to the particular size of the shoe. And keeping with the inside out look, the foam at the top of the tongue here is kept exposed, and then obviously uses the reverse stitching on both sides of that. On the rear of the tongue, you do have a Nike Air logo, which would obviously be on the opposite side of the shoe itself. And just swinging around to the heel section of the shoe, the suede panel here, which is done in that light gray color, has a Nike Air logo embroidered in black. However, that is reversed as well. Taking a look at the insoles of the shoe, this is just done in that flat goldy color, the same matching up with the toe box coloring of the suede, and it just has a white Nike Air logo done on the heel section of the shoe. Now, from a sizing point of view, I did take a true to size in this particular Air Max 1. It fits me absolutely perfectly. It's pretty much the same size as I take for every other Air Max 1 that I have. For those of you that don't know your Air Max 1 size, you can always try on a general release one in store and then order your size from there. That said, these are sold out as far as I understand from Nike.com itself in the US, so you will have to look to the resale market, your GOATs and StockX's like that. Just a quick disclaimer on StockX, I've had an absolute nightmare of an experience with StockX recently. I would strongly suggest not using their website for the foreseeable future until their hack and their bugs and all of that kind of stuff has been ironed out. I've had pairs go missing, delivered to the wrong addresses. Oh, it's a vlog for another time. But just for the moment, I would not actually suggest myself shopping on StockX if you do want to get this particular pair. I'd rather look to other places like GOAT or any other alternative reseller platform that you can trust. And from a price perspective, they are sitting at around $80 to $140 depending on your size. So for some of you, that might be under retail. For some others of you, that might be just over retail. So all in all, I think they're a pretty awesome shoe to have in the collection. I really like the colorways. It kind of reminds me of the Mars Yard colorway as well, and this particular pair I wear all the time. I just find it a really easy and eye-catching color to wear on foot. So yeah, that's probably why I like these ones so much. So that's pretty much it from me for these Air Max 1 Club Golds. If you guys do have any further questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button right here, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. But that's all for now. I'll catch you on the next one.